So this speech is dedicated to his sister, Shanali, who will be graduating from university in just a couple of weeks. Throughout Anouk's speech, he will be referring to his sister as Nanga, which means younger sister in Sinhalese. This speech will be about 5 to 7 minutes long, and he will be sharing some useful tips to his sister that he's learned since he's graduated. Please help me give a warm welcome to Anouk with his speech, Who Needs Google When You Have Me? Take it away, Anouk.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and hi, Nanga. Congrats on graduating! You did it! You lasted 4 years. 4 years of ups, 4 years of downs, and the good news is that cycle never ends. But don't worry, that's why you have me. I'll always be here to help you out whenever you need it. As your older brother, there are lots of things I'd like to tell you, but in order to optimize time, I've decided to focus on a few things that I've found most beneficial, and I think you will too. I've categorized them into 3 groups. The first one being profession, the second one being health, and the third one being, wait for it, miscellaneous. It's the best I could do. So we'll start with the first one, profession. This is probably the most pressing thought a graduate has. You've probably already asked yourself the question, what do I do next? Some of us actually end up going to grad school to pursue a higher education, but most of us end up joining the workforce. This leads us to yet another question, and that is, what type of job do I want to pursue? Honestly, just having a bachelor's opens up a lot of doors. You don't necessarily have to work in the field you majored in. I personally know physics majors working in finance, and I know engineering majors working as teachers. This only works, however, if the skill set is transferable, of course. On top of all this, there's been a lot of talk about choosing a vocation you're passionate about, which is something I don't agree with. For instance, I'm extremely passionate about sleeping, but that won't pay the bills. So what I encourage you to do instead is focus on purpose. Because knowing your why will not only take you really far, it'll never lead you astray. The second group I'd like to talk about is health. So I'm going to preface my point with a small story. So recently, I had a medical concern that I went to see a doctor about. The appointment was about 10 to 15 minutes long, and at the end of the checkup, my doctor just slapped me with a $170 bill. And because I have a high deductible health plan, I incurred that entire cost. And that leads me to my point, and that is healthcare in this country is very expensive. So look after yourself, make sure you eat healthy food, make sure you exercise 2 to 3 times a week. In the long run, you'll be glad you did. Even though I don't like my healthcare plan sometimes, there is one great added benefit, and that is the health savings account. This is essentially a bank account that allows you to pay for medical expenditure. And the great thing is you can fund it using pre-tax dollars. And you can grow the money you have in your account by investing it into the market as well. So that's an added feature. The third category I'd like to talk about is the miscellaneous one. So once you graduate, there's going to be a lot of helter-skelter. You're going to be constantly running around, doing things, doing errands and whatnot. But I highly recommend making the time to educate yourself, learn something, anything, something, it doesn't matter. As Warren Buffett said, knowledge, like interest, compounds, so never forget that. As important as it is to learn, it's equally important to think. And I know the two of us do our best thinking whilst in the shower, And just so you know, we're not actually crazy. When we shower, our bodies tend to be in a state of complete relaxation. And according to scientists at Harvard, that increased relaxation can be linked to increased dopamine production, which in turn can be linked to increased creativity. So to all the Toastmasters listening right now, the both of us highly recommend giving that a go. All in all, that's pretty much all I had for you, Nanga. I hope you find it useful. I just wanted to let you know I'm extremely proud of everything you've achieved, and I wish you all the best for the future. Now go out and be great! Let's go! Okay, I'm done. Yeah.